I will say, like, once the closet door was open, and I suddenly had like free reign of the house, right? It's and like once I went out and all that stuff. It's like once you taste something sweet, you want more of it, right? Or to make a poor analogy, but yeah, just like once I was free to be out of the closet, then it was like, all right, well now maybe I don't want to do the the filters. Maybe I want to do the real makeup. Maybe I want to have a wig because I can't grow hair, but and then maybe I want to have my own clothes instead of just borrow yours. And then now it's I
That
want to
means
go out and buy the clothes.
yeah.
And I want to go be able to try the clothes on. So now I need to be able to go out in public, which is a whole other thing. And it's just, yeah, so it kind of builds and um, yeah. So I guess I would just offer that as like a piece of advice to the cross dressers or the however you identify yourself in the beginning or as time goes on. Just like try to not just like run away and leave your
Yeah,
your person standing there like, but I just got used to this and now you're sprinting off and I gotta catch up. Like,
and we call that what?
what did we call it? I don't remember.
Pink fog.
Oh yes, the pink fog. Well, I didn't come up with that term.
No,
No,
that's true.
that was
But we've used it like, okay, we're getting a little pink foggy over here. Hold
yes.
on, step back.
The pink fog is real. It will, I definitely went through a lot of that. Like right after coming out to you, right?
Yes and no. Like I will say yes, but also you were patient. I would say in the first few days
Mm-hmm.
to kind of like you would say I'm a cross dresser, but you also wouldn't be like, and immediately I am now wearing your clothes.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like you did give me a couple of days to digest, and
Yeah.
I will tell you like what my initial days were in terms of my feelings and all that. But yeah, there were days of like the pink fog, like whoa, 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 hold on.
Yeah, you get excited, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
it's like anything new, and it's so yeah. Just beware of the pink fog.
yeah. And to be fully open with you all, in terms of my immediate reactions, I mean, it was like there's the high and euphoria of like being let into this world that you had closed me off from and yourself from as well. So there's that euphoria. Wow, you're sharing something so deep and so personal. Like this is great. There's a deeper communication. There's a deeper bond because of this this trust you have in me, with something that you've not spoken about to anybody. So there's that euphoria, but there's also kind of the, oh, what does this mean for our relationship?
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, um, in upcoming days, it was I definitely had feelings of what I would identify as the stages of grief.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to avoid. I think as an elementary teacher, maybe you can relate to this. It's like we're going on a bear hunt. We're going on. We'll see what we can find, whatever. And then it's like you. But the whole kind of part of like you can't go under it. You can't go around it. You have to go through it. So for me, I compare that to like this is a big change, and you can't go under your feelings. You can't go around your feelings. You have to go through your feelings. So, girlfriends, wives, I think it's really important to do the hard work of figuring out what do you feel,
Yep.
and own that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how ugly or guilty you feel about feeling that feeling, it's just super paramount to identify your feelings, communicate your feelings, hopefully to your person.
Yep.
But also a therapist is really important, and we'll talk about that too.
Yeah.
We did that later on, about 4.5 months into me knowing.
Mm-hmm.
And again, for both sides of the couple, patience, 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 patience.
Yep.
You know, no matter what month you're in, or if you've known about this for years, patience. Your wife or girlfriend is gonna have a hard time.
Yep.
And the cross-dressers or transgender person may have some hard times.
Yeah.
Some gender dysphoria.
Mm-hmm.
And so it doesn't just stop in an instant. So really practice patience with each other and with yourselves and communicate. So that's kind of our coming out story. Or
Yeah.
like you coming out to me.
Right, and that's just me coming out to you. Then there's like the whole other like me coming out to my family.
Yeah, you want to go for it?
I don't know, because I feel like that's going to be a whole separate episode.
Okay.
Right. So I think we should
Keep them in suspense.
Well, and
A little bit.
I'm sure this is already we've probably rambled our way on for a while. So I think we should probably cut it here. Yeah. Did you have any more thoughts? We explained why you had the letter in the book.
Mm-hmm. We talked about, being patient and communicate with each other through the good days, the hard days, the ugly days.
Mm-hmm.
Be patient.
Mm-hmm. And then,
validate all emotions. Sorry.
no, that's okay. You're right. All those things are good. I just wanted to say, to go way back to the beginning, right? In terms of when I was writing the letter, the reason I included those questions, right, is I looked at what other people had done. Right, and while not very many people do the write the letter thing, most people just say the words. Still, like, you see people that are like, this is what I said, and these are the questions that were asked of me, and so I wanted to sort of like get ahead of some of those questions, and so I picked like the big three, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I guess my point there is just take some time to like prepare yourself and just
Before you talk to your person.
Yeah. So
Because they're going to be probably a hot mess at some point, and you're going to want to maybe, steel yourself or prepare yourself
yeah,
to
just
help them.
right, because you're gonna blindside them, so it's probably better if you are not in return completely blindsided by the questions that they ask, because they are going to ask questions, and at the same time, no matter how much you prepare yourself, it's not going to go the way you think it is, and it's not going to be easy. It's it's going to be scary. It's going to be it's a huge thing, right?
And even probably if your partner is like feeling one way, like everything's all good, that doesn't mean that they won't have like setbacks or hard days. They might be like, oh, she was amazing about it. And then like day 2, why is she crying in a puddle of her own tears?
No.
So
Yeah. It's just,
back and forth,
it
up
ebbs
and down.
flows. Yeah. Until you like eventually settle out into normal again, right? But how long that takes and what that looks like is going to be different for everybody. And so I think you said it in episode 1, but we should definitely reiterate it. Like, we have our pace, but that doesn't mean that has to be your pace.
Yeah, we've known people who take a couple months and they're kind of leveling out in terms of emotions up and down, and some people have had years to kind of digest this but are still digesting. So it's really dependent on the couple, and I think also the individual, like the girlfriend or the wife's prior history with people in the Rainbow family.
Sure.
Because I grew up in theater, and I grew up in a very liberal area where it was more, the norm to see that, like kind of north of, around in California. And also being in theater where a lot of people are gay or questioning, and so coming out to me. So it might be very different for me than it would be somebody who is
grows up in the Bible Belt or somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Or any other place where you wouldn't see that.
Right.
Or if nobody has come out to you, you don't really have the kind of perspective that maybe other people who have been around people who have come out do, or perspective that they would have.
Yeah, and I would also say, like, even on the days, like, obviously we had good days and bad days, right? But even on, like, in the beginning there, like, once I had come out to you, it was still, like, I had to learn how to be out of the closet, essentially. Like, I only knew how to, like, act and all that, like, alone, right? And so suddenly it's like, all right, well, now somebody's actually looking at you. And it's someone whose opinion you care a lot about, right?
Yeah.
So,
and as a girlfriend or wife, you also want to be careful because, there's a lot of probably nerves on your end, the cross-dresser transgender's end, and you want to be cognizant and careful of their feelings
Yeah, so it's
and insecurities.
definitely. I still have those days, and it's part of being human, I guess. You just sort of have to be ready to recognize them when they pop up, and be ready to deal with them, and don't bottle them up.
Yeah, sometimes I have to say, like, I will bottle up because I don't want to be a nuisance, or I don't want to, like, I'll feel guilty if I make, like, say, like, I'm having a hard day, I'll bottle up, or we're separated because of work, and then it bottles up, and
Yep.
then, just the floodgates of emotions can come out. So if you can prevent the bottling up effect, that
Yeah.
would be great. That's why, again, I recommend meditation.
Mhm.
And also, this is going to sound what I call green fog because I really try to eat healthy. But check yourself when you're eating kind of unhealthier foods, what your moods are like versus healthier foods. I've noticed that, like, when I eat healthier, I'm a little bit more, balanced. If I have too much sugar, just too much processed stuff, I have low energy, just tired and blah 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 blah. So just maybe check that too, to take care of yourself so that you can take care of your relationship. I guess that's my point there.
Yeah. Tune in after this for Health with Heather.
I'm really nutty about health. I'm working hard. I wanna.
No, and you're helping me be healthier too. So, yeah, so it's
Healthy body,
a healthy mind, healthy us.
healthy us, healthy relationships. Yeah.
Yep. So I guess we'll wrap it up there. Again,
I
even
know.
though
You're
this is
like,
what happens, we
oh,
just
we're rambling and on and on. She promised you wouldn't be so verbose.
that wasn't in writing, so.
Do I have a loophole?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess we'll, for the third or fourth time, I will now say, I guess we'll wrap this up. And of course, thank you for tuning in and hearing what we have to say.
If you have any questions,
Yep.
please let us know if you want us to talk to you in private. Or maybe there's a question you think other people would want to ask or get the answers to. So if you're like, hey, could you ask this question on the next podcast? And we can keep you anonymous.
Yes.
Absolutely. The goal is not to rat anybody out, but really just pass on the knowledge and pass on the help.
Mm-hmm.
So please, please, please let us know what questions you have or comments you have, or what stories you're sharing with your partner. This is the community, and we're here to help each other out.
Yep. And you might be teaching us something too, because it might be a question we've never heard. So.
Yeah.
Or something we've never thought of.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it. And
Thank you for joining us on
Make Up with Our Memories.